Welcome to Flow with Shreya. I'm Shreya and today I'm bringing you another pose breakdown. We'll be going over seated forward folds today. There are a few different variations you can take and some tips and tricks that I'll be sharing with you to access a deeper forward fold. So if you want to learn about seated forward folds, come flow with me. Seated forward folds can be a part of a vinyasa practice as well as a yin practice. And it might be a little bit difficult for some of us that are tighter in the backs of our legs. Seated forward folds do provide some stretching for the backs of our legs, especially our hamstrings, as well as some tension relief for our lower backs. If you want to access a slightly deeper forward fold, go ahead and grab a blanket. Any blanket will do, or even a towel. You can roll it up or fold it up, and I'll show you how to use it in just a second. But first, let's go ahead and get into a seat. And go ahead and take your legs out long. Take a moment here just to shift from side to side. Notice your sit bones and ground your sit bones firmly into your mat. This is going to be our foundation for this fold forward. With your legs out long, you might notice a little tightness in the backs of your legs already, and if that's the case, you can always slightly bend your knees here. You can always place a rolled up towel underneath your knees if you do feel pressure in your knees as well. So now that you've found your sit bones firmly on the mat, go ahead and inhale, lift your arms. We do this to strengthen and lengthen our spine before we fold forward. Now take a moment just to hug your belly button up and in to create space for this fold. And as you exhale, reach your chest forward towards your toes. Allow your palms to grab onto wherever they land. This might be the outsides of your feet. You can wrap your peace fingers around your big toes, or you can grab onto your thighs or shins. Wherever your palms are, it's totally fine. Just take a moment here to breathe. Lift your chest towards your toes a little bit more. Exhale and release. In this space, whatever you're grabbing onto, use that to propel your chest closer to your thighs. Breathe in and out. Now take a moment here just to flex through your ankles, point your toes towards your nose. And notice how that deepens the stretch in the backs of your legs. Breathe in and out. The more you hug your belly button up and in, the deeper you can get into this fold. And it's even okay if you use your palms to create this space here. Engage your pelvic floor. Continue to breathe. As you inhale, walk your palms back and lift your torso. That's your basic seated forward fold. Now, if you feel like you can't quite hinge from the hips too deep, if you feel like you're just right here and you can't go any further, you might want to try lifting your behind by sitting on a blanket. So take a blanket, fold it up, or even a towel, place it underneath your hips. Take a seat at the edge of the blanket and then roll slightly off. So this creates a forward tilt in your pelvis, and this might help you get a little bit deeper into the fold. Again, if this puts any pressure on your knees, place a rolled up towel or blanket underneath your knees as well. Let's try that again. Breathe in as you lift your arms and lengthen your spine. As you exhale, first send your chest towards your toes. So you're going and reaching as far as you can, and then release and grab onto wherever your palms land. Even if you're grabbing onto your ankles or shins, you can use that to pull your chest closer to your thighs. Now, if you couldn't get quite deep before, notice if this forward pelvic tilt helps you get a little deeper. And again, hug that belly button up and in. Create the space for the fold. Flex your toes towards your nose and breathe. You can use each exhale as an opportunity to go a little bit deeper, even if it's just in your mind. Inhale, release, walk your palms back. Now you can use this little technique of tilting your pelvis forward in any type of seated forward fold. Speaking of other types of seated forward folds, one common one is a butterfly pose. So you bring your heels together, take your knees wide, and I have an entire pose breakdown on butterfly pose, so I'll link it in the cards for you guys if you're interested. Again, shift side to side just to find those sit bones. Inhale and lengthen your spine. Create space by hugging your belly button up and in. Reach your chest forward first, and then release. Breathe in and breathe out. Again, if you are grabbing onto your feet here, you can use that to pull your chest closer to the mat. At the same time, keep your sit bones firmly grounded into your mat. This pulling in opposite directions is what creates length in your spine in a forward fold. Engage your core. Inhale, lift your torso, walk your palms back, and bring your knees together. Place your palms behind you and just windshield wiper your knees side to side just to release from that space. Now another option for a seated forward fold is a Janu Sirsasana. So in this case, you bend your left knee, bring that left heel into your right inner thigh, right leg is extended. In this case, we're going to be folding slightly to the side over the right leg. And you always have the option to take your leg out as wide as you need to. You also have the option of sitting on that blanket if you need a little bit of help tilting your pelvis forward. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, reach for your right toes. Breathe here. Again, grab onto that foot if you can, or grab on to your shins or ankles. Even if you're just here with your spine upright, you're still working on that flexibility in the spine as well as in the backs of the legs. Wherever you are, breathe. Inhale, walk your palms back, and we'll go to the opposite side. Extend that left leg long, and bring the right heel into your left inner thigh. Make sure your sit bones are nice and firm, rounded into your mat. That's your foundation. That is the point where you're going to hinge from. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, reach the chest towards your left toes. Again, you can flex your toes here to create a deeper stretch in the backs of your legs. Breathe. Use each exhale as an opportunity to fold deeper. Now forward folds, if you just close your eyes and allow your body and breath to be also a very relaxing space. It can reduce stress, which is why many yoga teachers use it in their practice. Inhale, engage your core, walk your palms back. Another option for forward folds is a seated wide leg forward fold. So take a turn towards the long edge of your mat, take your legs out, and take them as wide as feels right in your body. You might be here, you might be all the way out here. Go wherever your body takes you. Again, you can place that blanket underneath your hips. Make sure you roll slightly off, creating that forward tilt with your pelvis. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Feel the space between each vertebrae. Exhale, reach forward. Once you've gone as far as you can, release. Now in most of these forward folds, we've grabbed onto our feet or ankles or thighs, wherever your palms land. In this case, you can do the same, grabbing onto your ankles or toes or feet. Or you can reach forward. And this is more of a vinyasa style of forward fold, when you grab and pull and take your body deeper with physical strength. If you're practicing any of these forward folds in a yin way, what I always encourage my students to do is flip your palms up, allow your palms and arms to just release, and let gravity do the work here rather than pulling or forcing yourself deeper into the posture. In the case of yin yoga, your muscles and body are cold, so you don't want to pull or force. In the case of a vinyasa flow, chances are you've already warmed up your body and your muscles, so it's okay to stretch them a little bit deeper by pulling yourself. Engage your core, walk your palms back, lift your torso. In this wide leg space, you can also fold over each leg, creating a little bit of twist along with your fold. There are so many different variations, and these are just some of them, but the same principles apply when it comes to seated forward folds. You want that pelvis to tilt slightly forward, you want to be grounded in your sit bones, and you want to hug your belly button up and in to create space for your body to fold forward. I hope you learned something from this video, and if you did, please be sure to share it with your loved ones or on social media. If you do share it on social media, tag me at Shreya so I know and I can reshare. It always means a lot to me if you take a second to subscribe to my channel and click the thumbs up button. Also be sure to click the notification bell so you don't miss out on new videos every single week. As always, the clothes I'm wearing, the mat I was practicing on, and any props we've used will be linked in the description bar below. Let me know in the comments below which poses you'd like me to break down next. If you want to check out my other pose breakdowns, check out this playlist right here. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.